Chris Lick.
Like 2:45.
Depends where you go.
We did the same thing in Indianapolis. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Today's date is October the 20th, 2025, and this is this is the Water Board. If I could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. You may be seated. All right, first item is adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes or additions to the agenda as presented? Is there a motion? Motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Motion made by Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda stands approved. Next is presentation of minutes for your approval. Board, these are from your September 15th meeting. Are there any changes or corrections to those minutes as presented?
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Larry. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes stand approved. Next item is comments of citizens. Are there any citizens that would like to make any comments? Come to the microphone, state your name and address for the minutes, please. All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the superintendent's report. Board, you should have a copy of Brent's report there. Are there any changes or corrections in those before I have Brent maybe specifically highlight one thing or another in there?
I have questions, not necessarily any changes,
What works? Questions or?
about the valves on Old Highway 237.
Yeah, that was on that new line we put in there a
Yeah,
couple years ago.
the CNR paving, that's the company that's paving for the county. is that
Yeah,
right?
they went out there and wedged up that road,
Yeah.
and they ripped out 3 brand-new valve boxes. They didn't rip out the valves, they ripped the valve boxes out.
And they also
and if-
exposed the,
Yeah, the rain that come along whenever, I went out there after they was getting done, kind of eager to drive on the road, and I always check that ditch after a hard rain anyway. And the way they did it, they wedged it up. I think they probably exposed the water line, and then that rain came along, and there was this big void there, big hole. It kind of scared me with that new pavement hanging over it. So that was my first concern. I called the county superintendent. He had a foreman in somewhere up in Tobysport. He said, I'll have him take a look at it. The more I got thinking about it, I said, I'll just do it. We'll just take care of it. So we compacted it, filled it full of rock, and as I was looking for some valves. We got, I think, 12 valves on that run, brand new. There was 3 of them I couldn't find. So then I started finding the pieces in the ditch where they come along the wedge and just bulldozed through them and busted them. Busted the box, busted the valve lids, filled the valve box up with rock where you couldn't get a valve wrench on it. So we were already out there, so we just started digging. And we cleaned them all up, and we exercised the valves. They worked brand new, and then we put new valve boxes and lids and risers on it and fixed the problem.
and all this.
They were all done, they were long gone, you
And
know.
all this stuff was marked,
Yes,
according to your report.
Yes.
Are we gonna send a bill to the county or to this paving company?
I didn't see them do it, but I know they did it. I thought about taking it up to Steve, but already had enough on his plate, so I just went ahead and fixed it and let it go, to be honest with you.
Aye.
I think it'd be worth calling the superintendent and discussing with him and
Yeah, I
find
would.
out. And I'd prepare an invoice and just send it.
I figure I'll see them guys, I know the owner.
I think they ought to be officially billed for it, Mayor. I really do.
I'm with you, that's why I said
mean,
send him an invoice, because if you didn't have them marked, that's a different story, but
Yeah.
you did.
And I hope they, and this is not really,
We spent a day out there, we went ahead and checked every one of them after that, because paranoid,
yeah.
so.
I hope they come back. I don't know if any of you have driven on that road since they paved it, but there's probably close to a foot drop off. I assume they're gonna put gravel on those shoulders eventually.
They'll break off if they don't compact something in on the
Well,
edge,
somebody's gonna
you know, flip a
go off
car.
the side of that and flip their vehicle if
Mm-hmm.
they don't do anything. I mean, it's, so, anyway,
I kind of thought I might see, I know the foreman, and I know the owner, I kind of thought they'll be back one of these days, and I'll corner them then, and say, look,
Okay.
you know, that's kind of what I was hoping for.
I think you need to mention to Steve, at least give him a call
I
this
can.
week.
I can
And
give
then prepare an
Steve a call.
invoice and send it to somebody.
I can
Who's
give them
CNR, where are they from?
Corridon,
Corden, I thought,
yeah.
But they have to pay for it. They tore it up, they have to pay for it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the right thing to do, especially since it was marked. If it wasn't marked, I can understand
That's what
that.
you have locate services for, where you do
Right.
the job.
exactly. Okay.
You did your part.
Yeah, thanks for taking care of that. It could have become a,
yeah, I was worried about it, I mean, that line going, and plus the fact, one of those valves that they, valve boxes they tore up was an isolation valve for the main. So I'm like, this is a double whammy here if you have a problem.
I noticed on your old business, 101 lead and copper rule service line. replacement.
Yeah, well, and they did 3 more today, but that was before the,
Okay,
so we're right at 40%.
okay, great.
So we gotta be 75% by the end of March, I think it is.
Okay,
And they're fixing to step up their crew. They're gonna start bringing in a bigger
well,
crew.
if this weather holds out,
We're out reclaiming right now too. I don't know if y'all noticed that. They brought in an outfit that's going back and fixing all the yards, and I think they've got all the 10th done today. So they started on 11th.
yeah.
Well, now's the time to start doing that, you know, the grass and stuff, for the most
They
part.
said we'll have grass in 2 weeks, the way they fertilized it.
There's that green stuff, it looked like green
Yeah,
newspaper.
I've never seen that before.
Well, I've seen TV commercials for it,
He said it's good stuff, this guy. I don't really know.
I'm sure it's got the fertilizers and stuff in it that make it germinate to do its thing.
While I'm up here, Mayor and Water Board, I wanted to talk to you guys about number 10 there on the last page. We just had our 3-year sanitary survey with the state. They come in, spend a day and walk through, and they check everything. We made an A, but they wrote us up for 3 things, and we fixed it the same day. I'll give you an example. One of the things she wrote us up for was a drain in the chlorinator room didn't have a rubber mat over it. That same drain hasn't changed a bit when she was here 3 years ago and gave us an A+. But she said it has to have a rubber mat on it now, and I said, well, why? It's a drain. Well, chlorine gas escapes, it gets into the sewer if you have a leak. That drain goes through a wall and out here. It doesn't even go into a sewer, so. Okay, so trip to Wally World and the rubber mat, fix that. We had a brand-new relief valve on well 10, which is a well that's dedicated to Wapaka. It doesn't come to the plant and get treated, it's raw water. When a well comes on, your relief valve pop open, about like on a hot water heater, gets all the air out of it. Well, this new valve, it's got a flapper on it. It comes open, and then when all the air bleeds off, it closes. Well, she wanted some mesh screen wire over that opening. She was on that kick 3 years ago when we put screen wire over everything to keep stuff from getting in it. Well, when this thing is open, there's nothing going to get in, I guarantee you that. It would be a fluke. I don't see how it could. And then it closes. So we went out, did that day too. And there was another thing, I don't even remember what it was. That's just give you a couple examples of what we got rolled up for. They were fixed the same day. We mailed her pictures, everything's deleted. So we're good for 3 years. And
Good,
she took a lot of pictures and she loved our system.
good.
I already got a call from another superintendent that didn't like it. I thought that was funny.
You always, you know what you learn by that.
Yeah.
You always want to leave something simple for them to find.
She goes and tells my buddy, this is what you need to do. I get a kick out of it when he calls me. But anyhow, number 11 there, this is one that me and Connie's been working on. Water Department's been working on this well field all summer long. Anytime you got a window or an opening, it don't matter if it's the plant, treatment guys, or distribution, you're down there doing whatever you can. And then it got down to where we had to report to that guy at FEMA. He wanted that rock like this. So I got Sam and Steve in there, and they completely redid the well field. They put the berm back to where it was because it was all tore up after the flood, seeded it, strawed it. We done quite a bit of mitigation work, and it works. Remember that last rain we had where the creeks were out of bank? I went down there. It works. It's better than it's ever been. If you ever get a chance, drive down there and see it. And I'm proud of it.
I haven't seen it since you've done some extra work, so I'll have to go look at it.
We went ahead and opened that up to the river there on that ditch that I walked you and Connie through that I was complaining about. That's fixed. Now, the rest of it, somebody else is going to have to do that, another department. And there's a problem there, so I got pictures to prove it. But the well field's in great shape. I'd encourage you to go down there and look at it. The last I seen, Connie, $19,022 is what they're willing to pay.
I think that's it, yes.
If I remember right, I didn't write this in, but I think the total bill to do all this, including,
They'll pay 75%.
yeah, where we had a line washed out,
Right, that's a total.
the 16-inch line washed out under the creek about halfway to Wapaco, so we got on that first, as soon as the river went down.
And we'll get reimbursement back on that project too.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of work to do there, and had to get some trees out of the creek. Of course, I had to get sand, we can't even get in there, and put all the riprap back, poured concrete on it, fixed that. I'm thinking that bill was a little over $3,000, and the whole bill, the whole package was like $22,000, and the last I seen, we're getting $19,022.
Yeah.
Good.
I
Plus, we got a
haven't
brand
seen
new
it
well
enough
field.
yet, but we're supposed to get it, so.
Yeah, well, I hope.
Still working with them, but yes, I think those two projects have definitely gone through.
So that's about all I got. If you got any more questions?
Okay. Thank you, Brett. We'll move on to the financial report. I've already should have a copy of that here as well. Any questions on the financial report? Is there a motion to approve the financial report?
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Larry. Is there a second? Second by Mike. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Financial report stands approved. Next item under old business is item 8, the lead and copper rule service line replacement installation. Brent kind of updated, I'll go where they stand also in his report. You notice it a lot because you know those utility cuts. You're killing me seeing those holes in the street. But I know they'll get repaired and it'll be just as good as new, but it just,
Sam's getting ready to start.
huh? Oh, Sam, yeah, okay.
Not the job.
Did he? Yeah, I'll be glad to see. I know some of them, they may just do I don't call it a temporary one. It depends on how many is there. If on one side of the street, let's say there's 8 homes that have it, and there's 8 patches, it might be cheaper just to pave that whole lane than patch. They talked about that. I don't know if I've heard it.
I don't think we're going to do it till now.
Don't think you're going to. Well, it just depends on, I know there may be a few of them, because,
What's bad about the second phase, you're going to be right back in between those ones you're patching out.
I know. In some neighborhoods you would, yeah. And I know Hannah was working on trying to find the ones that had like 8 of them or something, you know. If it's 1 or 2, no, it's not financially. But if I figure 8 of them, the labor and time might be easier just,
They were closed down 3 days last week out there because they wasn't even making their payments.
Yeah.
He just went somewhere else.
sure. No, I understand. Does anybody have any questions on the project? I mean, it's a big one, and we're very blessed to get what we've got and what we've done with it. Okay. We'll move on then. There isn't nothing under new business, under mayor's report. I really don't have anything other than what I reported in the Board of Works. So if there's nothing else to come from the Water Board, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make it.
Motion made by Mike.
Second.
Second by Brian. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned.
That's repeat.